viewers, so pono ke bhal din laga salam. Tumula nam Rovin lama. Arab ne desai se NLTV laga first a good morning show. Iti ami la good morning show start no kura gira ami ekta bhal Bible verse ekta sai lobo.
But I will restore you to health and heal your wounds, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 30:17.
Iti Bible verse to iman bhala se Jeremiah 30:17 te kugina se isur pra ami khala bimar ami khala life te ki duka se to restore kurubu aru ami khala ghau ami khala life te thakya to tai pra heal kuru kugine isur ki bisos thakigine Jeremiah 30:17 te apni khala life te chulai thakibi kugine janai se so ita Bible verse te khatam hoise ami khan think positive karne sabo.
Inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. Pablo Picasso.
Iman bhal positive I think ami khan ke to porai dishi ine anisha ami khan bi ami hala life te to chulai ne jai ko gine akha kuresi to itia ami khan ami hala news te top headlines sabo. Yumkum Women Folk under aegis of Yumkum Women Organization is said to spearhead Day 5 agitation at Shamator, Pungro and Cheso starting from 9 a.m. After Dimapur reports a sudden spike of COVID-19 out of 31 new cases, 30 cases were reported from Dimapur, while Kohima accounted for 1. Ministry of External Affairs states that government is closely monitoring construction of a bridge by China at Pangong Lake. It also added that a site where bridge is being constructed is under illegal Chinese occupation. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot tests positive for COVID-19 with mild symptoms. Ashok Gehlot tweeted on his Twitter handles and advised people who came in contact with him to self-isolate themselves and go for COVID. World Health Organization insisted that Omicron variant of COVID-19 is killing people across the globe and should not be dismissed as mild. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus states Omicron does appear to be less severe compared to Delta, especially in those vaccinated areas. So with these mohala top headlines khatam hoise so ita moi ami hala print preview segment de jabo so print preview segment the first segment which I've taken is from Eastern Timor, so let's look into it. So Eastern Timor bra amikant Eastern Timor bra amikant luato So I mean first daily analysis to ami morning express walo the power of truth so jo yete ami kan top headlines do mon thaka to ami khan general national agidi purai dishi covid cases so 31 new covid cases in Nagaland so ami khan janu pai ase Nagaland 31 notun covid cases pagina ase after a lull Dimapur reported a sudden spike of COVID-19 out of 31 new cases. Statewide daily total reported on January 6 30 were reported from Dimapur, while Kohima accounted for 1. More than half, 17 of the new cases were detected through random sampling of or self-testing. 9 were returnees, travelers, and 5 from the armed forces security personnel. So, January 6-30 to American 30 cases to Dimapur bathakishe and then ekta cases to Kohima bathakishe koine jani ase aru tula majote 9 to manukhan kun bahar le jagin na thakishe takhan wapas ahala thakishe pasta to armed forces security personnel khan thakishe koine jana ase to state health officials tribute the spike in Dimapur to a super spreader event but did not specify when or when. One new death due to infection was also reported today from Dimapur. Meanwhile, 5 new recoveries from the infections were also reported on the day. So, din day, ekta manu bimar pura COVID bimar ba muri shi koine khobor yate pai ase aru itu ekla nohoi kena holibi pasta manu to bhal hoise bimar pura koine jananise. So moi eta quick review eta di dibo ami khan it is state eta total cases thakya to active cases positive cases thakalo 32,247 total case lot thakise. They are at present at 82 active ase. Ita to COVID-19 cases thakalo 82 active hoigina ase aru a total of 687 have succumbed to the virus in the state till date. So ita to COVID bimar ahi kana 687 la mot hoise kogine ite jana ase. Of the active cases 69 are symptomatic, 12 have mild symptom and 1 has a severe symptom requiring oxygen. It is like 31 new cases in Nagaland. So the next headlines I'm going to take is NIA announced rupees 4 to 8 lakhs award for info on attack on AR convoy. So let's read into it. The National Investigation Agency (NIA) on Thursday announced reward ranging from rupees 4 to 8 lakhs for information of importance on insurgent involved in the attack that killed an Assam Rifle colonel and his family in Manipur last November. I mean, Jana National last November te Manipur de kita Assam Rifle colonel atala family jadam te. I mean, Jana insurgent group khan brai kene tan pra mari dishe family ke mari dishe aur tatela Javans khan ki bhi mari dishi kun jana ase to itu karne NIA we also know NIA as a National Investigation Agency khan pra ekta mang rakhina ase 4 lakh pra lekine 8 lakh to kun manu itu insurgent manu khan laga khobor janai dibo tahan ke itu hatsa hua pore tahan ke itu paisa to inam te dibo kine janai she itu ka noine the 10 insurgent allegedly involved in the November 13, 2021, the attack belonged to the Bantu People's Liberation Army (PLA) and the Manipur Naga People Front (MNPF). As a spokesperson of the NIA said, any person with information of importance on the suspect leading to the arrest or apprehension will be rewarded on November 13th last year. So, it is jana nishna. Al tahan bra kun manuwa marshe tahan bra bi janai dishe ke tahan do itu manu khala group la majode ase to People's Liberation Army khan ase ekta to aur eta to Manipur Naga People's Front khan bra ase kune janai so I request kun hulibi to khobor dia hopaite government khan bra apne ge nga inam dibu ko to apne habi government la porde hat melain jabi ko kune janai di ase to Morning Express par duita hoshi te tinta moi puru thaka do NFHRCC urges PWD to choose competent firms. So, the Nagaland Foothill Road Coordination Committee has urged the Department of PWD not to entertain any external force in a selection of contractors in regard to the jeepable Foothill Road construction, which is going to be determined on January 7th, 2022 as per the open tender notified. To open tender notify hisab te yate ba ko she ki al ane misamishi du films khan ke nuchuni bi to foothill bridge bana thaka homai par yede koine janai dishe. We expect that the concerned department will award the contract only to the competent firm to execute the time-bound work judiciously and on condition as not to sublet to any third-party firm. So, itu banatamte ekta competent firm ke chunibi so that tahan timeline sabte be kam kurbo ar alak manuhan ki bi idula foothill road banate gushuna dibo ko kine yedi ina kone kuribi ko ine ekta press release te NFHRCC pra janai dishe. Declan Hoigne meanwhile insisted that the government of Nagaland uphold the tripartite agreement between the department, the contractors and the NFHRCC for effective and transparent implementation of the work along with the respective tribal hohos in their respective jurisdiction. So the government of Nagaland para to agreement bi side bi koshi to agreement to department ekta se contractor or NFHRCC la majote to contract to agreement bhal ba chula bi koshi to bhal ekta transparent ekta itu bhal kam chuli thaka to foothill road banai thaka to otu bhal kamyap hobole aru to nijer la tribal hohos khan ki bi respective jurisdiction la under de kam kurbi ko kine ida janai dishe. So the tinta headlines ami Morning Express choose kurishe. That is 31 new COVID cases in Nagaland. NIA announced rupees 4 lakhs to 8 lakhs award info on attack on AR convoy, and the last one to us NFHRCC urges PWD to choose competent firm. So with this Morning Express to ito khatam kurase. So now Eastern Mirror. So Eastern Mirror the first headlines I took is CPO on demarcation of Chumukedima district. So, ये लिखिए से Chakroma Public Organization, also known as CPO, has submitted a representation to the Chief Secretary of Nagaland. CPO prakta representation the Pataishe Chief Secretary of Nagaland in connection with the demarcation of Chumukedima district from Dimapur. The CPO requested the state government not to succumb to any pressure in the interest of justice and stick to its earlier notification on the demarcation, while citing the memorandum submitted by the several village colonies and organizations in Dansaripa subdivision last month, declaring its decision to remain under Dimapur district. It claimed that except Shokovi and Pimla, most villages, especially within the Dansaripa subdivision, were established only after the formation of Nagaland state. It added that the traditional Chakroma area extends beyond the present Nagaland-Assam boundary in west and northwest, while on the southern side it borders with the traditional land of the Ziliang tribes, while acknowledging few Kacharis, Kukis and Garo village whose inhabitants, it said, were indigenous. The CPO reminded that bifurcation of the administrative area of Dansaripa subdivision under 2 districts as demanded by various villages and organizations will disturb the age-old tradition land boundary between the Chakroma and the Ziliangs. By placing certain areas of Dansaripa subdivision under Dimapur district will create unnecessary troubles and unrest among the peoples, leading to litigation which will harm the interests of the public in general and the Chakrama people in particular. Furthermore, a thinner strip of land along the interstate boundary of Nagaland and Assam under Dimapur district may not be in the interest of the state as a whole. The CPO went on to say that it might react if the state government succumbed to unreasonable pressure and change the area of Chumukedima district against its notification in December 2021 without consulting it. Ita mi man saf pra janai dishe CPO pra ki to Chumukedima to district to kuri diala por than ba ki mang kurin thakishe ita mi janishe inga nishna the next headlines from Eastern Bureau is YTC intensify agitation for creation of Shamator district. So the Yumkum Tribal Council YTC on Thursday intensified its demand for upgrading Shamator subdivision Tuensang district into a full-fledged district by shutting down government office and business establishment at Pungro town under Kifiri district as well as Shamator and Cheso town. On the fourth day of agitation, thousands of protesters in traditional attire hit the street in Shamator town, holding the placard and raising slogans demanding immediate declaration of Shamator as a district, informed an update from the YTC. As part of the agitation, the council prohibited entry of visitors at Mount Saramati, Fakim Wildlife Sanctuary, Stone Caves at Mimi and Salome. The Likimro Hydroelectric Project Power Plant LHPP has also been completely shut down by YTC since January 4. So it went on to inform that a brief program was held at Pungro, Shamator and Chesur, where the speaker reiterated demands of a Shamator district and made a fervent appeal to fulfill the long-felt aspiration of Yumkum to live under one unified Yumkum district, that is Shamator. The Yumkum women, under the aegis of the Yumkum Women Organization (WYO), will spearhead the Day 5 agitation on Friday at Shamator, Pungro and Chesur from 9 a.m. onwards. It was informed that for these, all Yumkum citizens have been asked to assemble at the respective town center in traditional attire. The apex body of the Yumkum tribe has been holding peaceful protest rallies for 3 hours from 9 a.m. to 12 noon daily since Monday in area failing under its command to show resentment to the failures of the Nagaland government to deliver full-fledged district status to Shamator, which had been assured by the government to YTC General Secretary as Sui Ba said. Meanwhile, Additional Deputy Commissioner of Pungro, Abhinav Shivam, said LHEP is a national asset and its obstruction will affect the peoples. The ADC also directed the YTC to immediately lift the shutdown. However, responding to the ADC letter, the council said that YTC initiated the action of the launching an indefinite public agitation due to the lackadaisical attitude of the state government towards the Yumkum community by giving them false assurance, which has deeply hurt the sentiments of the Yumkum people. So, ite ami khan jana nishna Shamator district Mangkura porde ami han jana nishna ite YTC pra ite Shamator district Mangkura to tahan pra manya thaka to juto aji tahan di 5 pushina se aji Friday te aur tahan 9 am pra lukine 12 tok tahan itu nijer la jati kapra lagai kine tahan nijer la town center dai kine sop thousands of Yumkum tribe Kemyogan Tamanu Khan ahi kine tahan yete ahi kine tahan itu kiba kuri ase koi kine yete jana ase. So yete Eastern Mirror Brai iman je ase. So ite ami khan top headlines janishi aru ami khan ite print preview de Eastern Mirror Morning Express par bhi ami khan ta cover paise. So itia ami khan ite para samat kurese. Now it's time to look back into the past. Let's turn the pages of the time and have a look at what happened today in the yesteryears.
Galileo Galilei discovered the first 3 moons of Jupiter on January 7, 1610.
So Galileo Galilei pura do aji 1610, that is amikhan 1610, that is January 7th tahan pra Jupiter la tinta moon to discover ko parshe wini jana is a fact of the day, and I hope that fact of the day pra ite NLTV ma fact of the day present kranish na apni khan bi so fact of the day pra kiba nole kiba learn kora sikune jani ase. So ite to amikhan se laga favorite segment abo, and it is now time for some refreshing melody that will uplift your mood and my mood too.
There's a picture where my happy thoughts reside. There's a fire on top, never running out of light. 7 lives of the sailors running wild. Saving me when my thoughts are cold and dark. If you wish, you can come with me before the sun goes down. Meet me by the lighthouse, the place my mind likes to take me. There I find serenity, where the land meets the sea. Meet me by the lighthouse, there's room enough for you. We'll fix our eyes to golden skies, move to the beat of crashing waves, build a story here today at the lighthouse to replace all the hurt from yesterday. There are times when you need some time alone, when your thoughts are cold and you're in the unknown, trying hard to ignore how trapped you feel. There's a place that I always like to go. If you wish, you can come with me before the sun goes down. Oh, and meet me by the lighthouse, the place my mind likes to take me. There I find serenity, where the land meets the sea. Meet me by the lighthouse, there's room enough for you. We'll fix our eyes to golden skies, move to the beat of crashing waves, build a story here today at the lighthouse to replace all the hurt from yesterday. When was the last time you felt this safe away from here? Something magical about this place, so let's build a story here today at the lighthouse to replace all the hurt from yesterday. Build a story here today at the lighthouse to replace all the hurt from yesterday.
ইমান দিন পিছতে ইমান ভাল গানা আমি আনকে চাব পাৰিছে ইটো আমি খান ইমান ভাল গানা শুনা পৰা আপনি আমি হান সদায় ইনি NLTV কে নতুন নতুন গানা দিবি কো কিনে আমি হান বিনতি কৰিছে ইটো একলা নহয় কিনে আমি খান ইতে পৰা সমাজ কৰিছে সমাজ নকৰা গিৰা আমি খানলা ওয়েদাৰ ৰিপৰ্টস আৰু ওয়েদাৰ আপডেট আমি চাই লব সো সাইনিং অফ ৰবিনা লামা
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global